Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Motown's Wrestling Review. I am the president of the Motown Wrestling Group, Tony Motown Allen, and I'm here to talk about Monday Night Raw that just happened. Oh, and it was a pretty decent episode. I gotta say that though. It did kick off with our tribal chief. There's levels to this, y'all. There's levels to this. As much as you might not like that he's not there all the time, and I'm in that boat. I want to see my tribal chief more as well. But you gotta acknowledge the fact that if it pisses you off that the tribal chief's not there more, it's because he's your tribal chief. You need your tribal chief. I need my tribal chief. We all need our tribal chief. But he kicks off Raw and everything, talking about Bronson Reed just came back last week and everything, and then Paul Heyman, ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT himself, Paul Heyman, came out and was talking about Roman Reigns and division and all that good stuff and everything. And of course, Bronson Reed was with him, and that led to a match, the fifth match now for the pay-per-view coming on Saturday morning because they're in Australia. Australia, the land of down under. Well, you know Australia's in the future though, so therefore the pay-per-view is going to be on at 8 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Chicago time. But the tribal chief will be taking on Big Bronson Reed in a match that he's really good at, apparently, the Australian street fight. I'm not sure what his record is in American street fights, but he's apparently pretty devastating in Australian street fights. So we're going to get that at the pay-per-view. So going to be pretty interesting. I would have my predictions coming up on my next episode when I do the review for SmackDown. But I'm kind of, a little bit of me is kind of looking forward to that. Cause I like how Roman Reigns pointed out that like Bronson Reed's not on his level. But if y'all remember when I did my review from the last time that they faced each other, I said, like, on paper, it looked like a mismatch that Bronson Reed was not on his level, but in that match, he's every bit on Roman Reigns' level, though. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. Next, we have big time bitch Becky Lynch taking on Maxine Dupree in what I thought was going to be a piss break match. It's just like, why the fuck are we even having this? This match was surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. When I say surprisingly good, I mean as in like I give this match a fucking A. I give it an A, even though we just had a bullshit count out finish to it. I thought the match went really, really well. I thought Maxine Dupree did outstanding. Gotta give the bitch her due, big time bitch her due. Like, she wasn't too bad herself in this. And I like her standing on the rope being real cocky and everything, though, but, and leading to the count out. But there was, like, several near falls where you just like, damn, Maxine's about to pin Becky Lynch. Really, really good match, technically sound. You guys gotta stop sleeping on Maxine Dupree because if we can get more of what we saw on Raw out of Maxine Dupree, we got another star on our hands, though. So, very, very good match. Which is surprising though, because I'm not a Maxine Dupree fan, even though I will put it on her like this. And y'all know how I feel about that big time bitch Becky Lynch. But the match was surprisingly good to me. And then they follow up with another women's match with another bitch I really don't give two shits about, Laura Valkyria, but she's taking on Shorty herself, little like the little Team Boo AJ Lee, Roxanne Perez. This was an okay match. This wasn't as good as the previous match and everything, but I definitely give this match a B minus. It was nice to see Roxanne Perez hit pop rocks on Laura Valkyria and get the win relatively clean, even though there was a little bit of shenanigans in the match. But I do like Roxanne. I mean, she could get it like does as well. I mean, but y'all know I like midgets, and she's damn near a midget. Anyway, but yeah, I get that match a B. It was a decent match and everything. I could definitely do without Laura Valkyria. I kind of between the first two women's matches and everything. You get rid of big time bitch Becky Lynch, and you get rid of fucking Eagle Woman, the woo bitch herself, Laura Valkyria. Let's put Pop Rocks. Let's put Roxanne Perez in there with Maxine Dupree, and we'll see how Maxine Dupree hang with her. Though I think that'd be a pretty decent match after what I've seen today. And next up, we have the returning CM Punk. And he's out there cutting a promo on Seth freaking Rollins because I'm better than you. And we know it. Little MJF action out there for CM Punk. I don't know if a lot of people caught that though, but the smirk that CM Punk had on his face when he said it, you know, it was definitely a shout out to MJF, and them two are pretty good friends. So he wasn't taking jabs before y'all start. No, it was definitely a shout out to him. But then LA Knight come out and everything and talk about how like CM Punk lost the title and everything, and lost to Seth Rollins, and point out all the times that he lost to Seth Rollins, got pinned by Seth Rollins, and point out how he'd never been pinned. He's like, guess who's never been pinned? By Seth freaking Rollins. And CM Punk was like, let me guess, the same man has never been world champion? The Jey Uso comes out pointing out how he's never even had his rematch and everything. He's the one who's rightfully next in line. Which I honestly gotta agree with Jey Uso, never getting his rematch against Gunther and never getting a match against Seth Rollins and being a former champion and everything. He should be next in line in my opinion. And all honesty, I really think that LA Knight is next in line after that. CM Punk, as popular as he is and everything, has been taking L's to Seth freaking Rollins though. So I honestly do believe them two should be ahead of CM Punk on the title run though. But of course they started fighting and everything. Jimmy comes out. CM Punk takes out Jey Uso after Jey Uso got into it with him, and then Jimmy Uso took up for his brother and everything, super kicked the shit out of CM Punk. So and this also led to our tag team main event that they announced, which would be Jimmy and Jey Usos, one of the greatest tag teams of all times in the WWE, will be taking on CM Punk and LA Knight. Yeah! Next up, we had Io Sky taking on Kairi Sane. And this is a match that was set up by Ike Turner himself. Asuka, I mean, I get what they're doing with Asuka, but it's kind of creepy with the fucking being the abuse of Ike Turner shit, you know? No, scaring the fuck out of Kairi Sane. Now she's putting her hands on Kairi Sane. Like, I get what they're doing. It's just kind of a little disturbing, though. But the match itself, though, between Io Sky and Kairi Sane was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. I gave it an A-. And Kairi Sane did get the win with the help of Asuka, of course. Led to them double teaming on Kairi Sane and led to the insane elbow. But you can see that fear, that tension. Like, I mean, Asuka and Kairi Sane, this is Ike and Tina Turner. I can see that all day and everything. I'm just waiting for them two to be in a limo and Kairi Sane beat the dog shit out of her in that limo. But yeah, this was like I said, just kind of, I get it, but it's weird. Next, you have Penta teaming up with the phenomenal AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Should be Ray Phoenix, be honest with you. I mean, replace Dragon Lee with Ray Phoenix as a much better trio. But they're taking on the Judgment Day. JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all times. The King of the Luchadors. The greatest Mysterio of all times. The greatest Guerrero of all times. Dominic is the GOAT times 4. Match was okay. I gave the match a B. It was definitely a solid match and everything. I mean, I think those standouts in the match. I mean, AJ Styles look phenomenal and everything. I mean, he's living up to his name. JD McDonough is so fucking underrated as far as his in-ring abilities and his ability to like sell and just make people look better. Dirty Dom is getting better and better all the time. I mean, I'm joking around when I call him the 4-time GOAT, but Dirty Dom is doing his shit and everything. But AJ hit JD McDonough with the Styles Clash to get the win. And overall, like I said, I gave the match a B. You know, AJ also cut a promo basically talking about like how him and John Cena don't need a story, the story write itself. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I still think that The Miz might have been a better option than AJ Styles, it would have made more sense. I could see the Miz being the one, or being the one who beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania so many years ago, and after the ass whooping that John Cena got to Brock Lesnar, I could see the Miz like trying to basically be the vulture and pick the bones when John Cena is vulnerable. I just don't see AJ being that guy. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes and everything. I think AJ's in a lose-lose situation. I mean, either he's going to lose the match to John Cena, or B, he's going to get a win, but it's going to be a win after we just seen John Cena get his ass whooped, though. So I really don't see how this is a good thing for AJ. I think The Miz would have been a better option at this stage in John Cena's retirement. And next up is our main event. You got main event Jey Uso teaming up with his brother Jimmy Uso, the Hulk Hogan of the women's division, just going to kill Naomi's run like that. Taking on CM Punk and LA Knight. Yeah. And it was an opportunity to do some yeeting, but I don't know if y'all noticed. Wasn't much yeeting. When I say it wasn't much yeeting, like Jay wasn't yeeting as much, the fans wasn't yeeting as much, it wasn't as electric, it wasn't like it normally is when he came out. I don't like the direction they're going with Jey Uso. I know they're trying to like do a little character turn switch with him and everything. You know, him being like little mini Roman Reigns, but I'm not really liking how it's going though, and it's not taken to the crowd and everything. This man was one of the most popular wrestlers on the roster. He got the fans more excited than anybody else, and that excitement just ain't there like it used to be. And it kind of pisses me off. Like, why are you gonna break something that don't need to be fixed? Like, seriously. But the match itself was decent and everything. I gave the match a B, good, not great. I did like the fact that I did like the finish a lot. No, like CM Punk hit Jey Uso with the go to sleep. LA Knight tags himself in, comes in and get the win. 1, 2, 3, yeah! Even though Jay's the one who took the fall, which was the most deserving person in this match for a rematch at the World Champion, though. But decent match overall, though. I did, like I said, I gave the match a B. I thought that was a pretty solid show from top to bottom. But I do want to, before I go, I just want to remind everybody that next weekend they're in Australia and Raw is going to be in Australia. So next week, Raw's coming on like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning too. So it's going to be kind of cool though, because when I get off work, I can just go ahead and start watching Raw from Jump though. But yeah, it's going to be, actually, no, I'm off next Monday because it's a bank holiday. I'll be able to watch that shit live. So I'll see you guys after my SmackDown review. Enjoy the rest of your week, and make sure you like the video and subscribe.